Simple, crispy hash browns. I'm using 2 medium-sized russet potatoes, which is about a pound of potato. After peeling and grating them, soak them in a bowl of cool water for about 30 minutes to get the excess starch off the surface of the potato. You can see that the starch makes the water kind of sudsy. Drain those off into a colander, rinse with a little bit more cool water before transferring into a dishcloth and wringing that out to get that last little bit of moisture off the surface of the potatoes. And then transfer that to a clean, dry bowl and season with whatever seasonings you'd like. I'm keeping these really simple and just using about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt on this pound of russet potatoes. They're going to cook on medium-high heat for about 6 minutes on each side. You can hear that the oil is nice and hot and the potatoes are sizzling as they go into that oil. I used avocado oil since it has a nice high smoke point and a nice neutral flavor. I really enjoy the crispy edges on hash browns, so I'm just putting 3 little ones in there and leaving plenty of room in between so that the edges will get nice and crispy. These don't need to be compressed, but they will cook more evenly if there aren't any super high bits. So I'm just smoothing out the potato after I add it into the pan to make sure that there aren't any really uneven parts of the surface so that they can cook evenly. 3 minutes in, light brown on the edges. 6 minutes in, a deeper brown, and they're ready to flip. They're going to cook another 5 to 6 minutes on that second side and then get transferred to a plate that I have a couple paper towels on to help absorb any excess oil that's still clinging to the surface so that they stay nice and crispy. There's going to be a second batch, so I'm going to fish out any of those little potato bits swimming around in the pan so that they don't burn while that second batch is cooking. And before you add the second batch, that's a good time to check, see how much oil is left in the pan, and if it's a little bit light, add a little bit more oil so that you don't have any issues with that second batch sticking. The second batch cooks just like the first, 5 or 6 minutes on that first side. After you have a nice deep golden color, flip them, 5 or 6 minutes on that second side. You do want to make sure that you're letting them cook without messing with them too much, because if you try to flip them too early or just move them around too much, it can cause them to kind of fall apart. So once this batch is ready, I'm all done and I have all my hash browns and they're ready to eat. Crispy on the outside, light and fluffy on the inside.